Hello and welcome to the Nexus. Today we're doing Disney Doll's House issue 24. We've got a panel and we have Olaf. And also the floor for Alice in Wonderland's kitchen. Right, I'm going to hand over to Kevin to do the build part.
Okay, so firstly we're going to be building this. We're going to use super glue to build it like we have done before. The patterning for the top and bottom rails, as you can see, so that's got the double patterning. You can probably see it a lot better from this angle. And this has the single one, which is supposed to be the top. This is the bottom, that's the top. That is correct. The smaller panel that we've got is obviously the opposite way. We still don't know why that's the case. It just is. I don't know why. You can also see as well. So this is supposed to be at the top, not the bottom. I don't know what's happening with that, but anyway, I'm going to use super glue and we're going to glue these parts all along here and this, and I'll show you the end result. Okay, so that's the coving all done. That's what it looks like. Obviously, on this one, for some reason, mine overlaps. It does sit flush at the back here, but it overlaps slightly at the front. So I'm going to sort of just file that down so it sits flush. Just overlaps slightly, but you can definitely see. So these are the panels here. So this is how the panel will sit, and you can definitely see the different style. So I don't know, I think it'll still fit fine, but the problem is this has a little cove, a little sort of lip to it to fit in the gap. I might have to file that down flat. It's not too noticeable once it's in. I have to say, it's not too noticeable at all.
It's in the back corner soon.
It's in the back corner, and you'll have stuff blocking it, maybe, like, I don't know, the piano or whatever.
Little table.
Whatever, it will just be, it won't be noticeable. But super gluing it in, you'll have to file this down. That's what I'm planning on doing. So now we need the house. So I'm just going to get the house now. Okay, so with the wall we already stuck in, when we got the wall in issue 22, sorry, I didn't put these two coving bits on, but I did stick the wall in. At this point, this is where you would stick the wall in, but like I said at the time, there's nothing actually stopping you. There's also nothing stopping you from putting in the panels either. Obviously they sit in, that is a really tight fit, and I will have to file that down, but that is a really tight fit. Obviously that goes in there, and then the other panel, the smaller one, just goes in there. There's nothing stopping you, nothing at all stopping you from putting these on now than later. So I'm just going to go and stick these on with super glue, and then we'll have a little look, see what they look like. And they go on just like that. There is a bit of a gap over in this corner. You can't really see it though, actually. Once you've got the next floor on, you probably won't see it at all. But for some reason, there's a bit of a gap just here. The next is we're going to put our floor in. So I'm going to glue this section first. It says to glue the back of the floor in. I find it's better to glue this, then place the flooring down. Now it's obviously been sitting on the side, so I want to make sure it's dust free. So I'm just going to grab my blush brush. I live in a house full of girls, so I have lots of these lying around, and they're brilliant for dusting. Absolutely brilliant, because they're not hard, they're really soft. So I use them to sort of dust all my models and everything else.
But they are specifically for the models, these ones.
Yeah, I'm not nicking them out. I'm not nicking them out of my wife or my daughter's makeup drawers. I've actually bought this specifically for dusting stuff. So I'm going to use some PVA glue, and I'm just going to glue this. So I'm just going to daub a massive amount of glue, just like this. You probably go, no, that's a bit too much. No, if it ever stops. There we go. Then we need to get an old bit of cardboard or something like that. I've ripped a bit of cardboard up, and we just need to spread it.
You can also use a glue spreader if you've got.
Yeah, you can use a glue spreader. You can split it right up into the corners, right up into the coving. Here, just make sure it's right up into the corners and to the edges, like that. Just make sure there's a good layer, because you want a good layer there.
And it will dry clear.
And it's going to dry clear, so it doesn't matter if it goes up the sides. So we're going to put the floor in this way, and then it just gets pushed down, and we're just going to put a bit of pressure on it just to push it down. Any excess that comes up will obviously dry flat, but you want to just wipe it with cotton wool bud, like along here, just down into the sections, and this will dry. You can also put a candle or something like that on it, so you can put a big candle on it just to hold it down a little bit, so it helps dry. One in the corner here, and then one here that my wife is building or making just there. So it's just fallen off.
Yeah, it was just a cornering.
It's just a corner. Just to hold it down until it's dry. Don't worry about these gaps here. There is 2 actual gaps between the doors, but obviously when the door's shut you won't see that gap. So yeah, and this is as far as it will actually come up. So
it's actually quite a nice pattern on it as well.
It's got a really nice pattern as well on there. So we're going to let that dry, and then I'll show you at the end what it will look like. At the end of this video you will have these 2 panels, and the flooring's all done and secured in place. It looks all really good. Now we've got all the walls and all the floor in for the first floor, and obviously Kirsty now wants to show you.
Right, so here is our little Olaf. Quite cute, got his little arms and the twigs on his head as well.
I could see the arms and the head twigs snapping
Possibly,
off easily,
yeah,
very easily.
but we'll store him with Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, we now have, if you're building the standard version, you've now got 3 characters. So, does he stand? That's the important thing.
He does stand, yes. I did make him stand earlier. There we go. Standing with no support.
Yep, there we go. He does stand really well. So we'll have a little look at him.
Got his little buttons.
Yep. I'll be very careful with those arms and those twigs, because I could see them breaking off fairly easy. But he does stand. So let's have a look and see what we get in issue 25. Can you believe it? We're at issue 25 already. So issue 25 is, we finish off the lower panels for the frozen room, and we attach them. You can actually see that in the picture there. We also get a tropical cocktail for Donald Duck's room, and we also, it says side table, but that is,
it looks like an ironing board.
That is an ironing board wherever you see one. That is definitely an ironing board, not a side table. I would say it's an ironing board.
Yeah.
Unless it's incredibly small. So I'm just going to call it an ironing board. So we also get the ironing board for Donald Duck's room as well. So yeah, these panels get put on next time. Like I said though, I'm going to do it in the next issue, just so I've got something to do.
Build.
But there's nothing stopping you from putting them on now. Nothing at all. So you could fit these with no trouble. Both of these panels. You know exactly where they go. You know how they sit. So there's no, you could just put them in now. But anyway, look, that's where we are. That's where we are at this point.
Yep.
So thank you for watching. I've been Kev.
I've been Kirsty.
And we'll see you at the next video. Bye.